It's January 15th. It's almost 7 a.m. I'm here at my husband's job. Spent the night in his car. I didn't even get that far. I might have got a whole maybe 2.5 miles. But we had lunch at the village, and he said it was his first time. I told him it was my first time. Even though Debbie's picked up a rhubarb pie from there, or I picked up a rhubarb pie, some shit like that for her. I don't really remember eating it, but then I kind of do now. Sounds like it tasted good, I think. But besides that, I never ate there, and I had their strawberry banana pancake or French toast supreme or something like that. It was really good. He had their chopped steak with mashed potatoes, gravy, and broccoli. And I had some of his chopped steak. It was pretty good. It's like ground meat, but I guess ground steak. I don't know. Or it's just chopped up into little pieces. Little more than ground, but I don't really know. I'm fucking hungry. He fed me last night. I woke up 3 different times. I'm still fucking tired. And he stayed up all night. I probably didn't get that much sleep for another 12-hour shift, and he wanted to go home yesterday and sleep because his sister kept him up all night, and I know he wanted to sleep, but that's not how the day turned out. And I kept telling him to go home while I try to leave town, and my bicycle, I still need to get it fixed. It's a freaking holiday, Martin Luther King Day, and the mission is closed today for the holiday, and I'm like, you guys are open Christmas and New Year's. I mean, I understand you gotta have a day for everyone to at least be able to do something, go somewhere, and not have to worry about taking care of the homeless people. And yesterday was Sunday. You gotta go to church to get a meal, and I really wanted to go because I had breakfast. It's at the other First Sebring Church, and then there's a sexy pastor and lots of sexy guys that go there. I didn't get to see them. I really wanted to, but I don't know where something was. It was missing from my campsite, and I'm like, I don't know. It's like I'm not going to church, even though I really wanted to. And it wasn't for the religious services, it was for the food and the men. That one older guy's tall, and he's got a nice bulge. Oh my god, he was sitting in a chair. He was walking first, and I was like, looked at him, I was like, damn, that guy is tall. And then he sat down in the chair, like, behind me, a little ways away, and he started talking on the PA system. And I was like, where's that guy at? Because, like, you would expect to see him on the stage or over by the, I think the audio thing they have set up over by the entrance. And he wasn't there. And then I looked back, and he's sitting there with his legs, open, spread. And I look back, and I'm like, dang, I can't see his bulge. So I finish, and I put my food in the trash, and I walk by him, and he said hello to me, and I'm looking at him, and I can see his big bulge, and I'm like, oh my god. Oh, man. And then I went outside, and I sat down on the steps. So the time before that, the lady was like, you need to go find another church to eat breakfast at, the lady that hands out the name tags. Because I saw you whenever you left the first time, you went to the left. And I told her, yeah, I went to the parking lot. I literally went to the parking lot to check out the license plates on all the cars. And I didn't say smoke, but that's why I went that way. The church services didn't try to start. I mean, it wasn't like, hey, everyone was going to eat. And then they're going to church and they're still eating. So it's not even so I went to go smoke. And I went there and sat down, and I have it all on video, so it's like funny that bitch would say that. Like, yeah, you need to find another church to eat breakfast at. I'm like, that's fucked up, you Christian bitch. I'm sure it's costing you nothing besides your time, which is probably valuable, but hey, it's for church, it's for a good cause. You're feeding your congregation that like to come to breakfast, plus you're allowing the homeless people to come in here and have this wonderful breakfast with all this food, this variety. Oh man, is there some variety? So then, the time that I went to go sit down out there on the steps, the pastor came by. I think the time before that, me and Patrick, my husband, were walking through the front entrance, I guess, of the church, or one of the entrances of the church, where the actual hall is for the traditional church services, and they have the new church or new whatever traditional services with Pastor Ben, which is like some guy with crutches. Not two crutches, but two of those arm crutches or arm sticks. I don't know what they're really called, but I saw him and I looked back one of the times I checked in after Erica had talked about him so many times, and I'm like, oh, that's what she's talking about. Okay. She was saying something like, oh, I didn't want to go to church the other day because of Pastor Ben and blah, blah, this and that. Then I was like, okay. And when I saw him, I was like, whatever. But I really can't believe what she says, because she says a lot of stuff. And if Captain America's her husband and her lawyer, she's got a management team. She's undercover. She works for the police. She talks to them, the FBI, all this bullshit, CIA. I ain't got time for it. And she's fucking homeless in the woods with hairy ass legs and asking people for fucking tampons to wash her clothes. So Patrick washed her clothes, and the one girl gave her money for tampons. She gave her $40. She was giving out money like crazy. She gave $20 to the guy at her storage place so she could use the bathroom, and she said put it towards the storage if they're ever late or something, which Patrick will never be late. As long as he's alive, he's not going to be late. But I just realized tonight that I have missed my court payments for months. Ever since I left November, December, January, I missed my court payments. And I'm like, oh my God. I think I owe like $500 more or something. I don't even remember. But now I'm so sad. Because I totally fucking forgot. Now they're going to suspend my license, which I just paid to get unsuspended. Which really hurts, because it's fucking $400 just to see the psychiatrist with our insurance. And that was all the way in fucking Winter Haven. Just for that bitch to say it's $400, and Patrick be like, well, I don't have that kind of money. And I'm like, well, let's go then. Like, wow, I didn't know it was going to be that fucking much money for a psych evaluation, to get your paperwork filled out so you could send it to Tallahassee so they could go and decide if you're worthy of driving again. And it's the medicine that makes you not be able to drive, and no, I'm not taking it. But yes, I'm getting back on it, and I'm so mad. So I don't know. Everyone's lying to me. Patrick's still lying to me. And I mean, I confronted him. I Googled what he told me Then I confronted him in a text message about it. I showed him the screenshot. And then he said he never said that. And I'm like, why are you lying? So then I'm leaving yesterday, and I'm like, but remember when you told me this, and then you said it was a sexually transmitted disease, and it's incurable. I was like, did you say it or not? And he's like, yes, I said it. And I'm just like, yeah, you just keep on lying to me, dude. Why? Why? Does it benefit you to lie to me because you don't want me to sleep around with people? What bullshit, dude. But yeah, I can suck your neighbor's dick. Your sister's ex, your neighbor, she gave her land to for $2,000 that was worth $12,000. And now he's been sucking his dick, talking about he wasn't doing it before. But bitch, if you've been doing it, you've been doing it this whole time, dude. I mean, I've hung out with you for the last week, and since I didn't give you no sex, you jerked off twice in the morning. And he's always, always telling me, oh, save it. Don't jerk off. Save it for me. Save it for the weekend. Or like, it'd be like a whole week away, or like 4 or 5 days away. And I'm like, dude, I jerk off every day, dude. I go home, I watch me some porn, and I fucking jerk the fuck off, dude. So, I mean, yeah, okay, I'll try, but I know I'm not going to. But now I've been not jerking off every day. I've been homeless, so it's like, no jerking off. I don't know. But it hurts my feelings that I keep getting lied to, and it's never going to stop. He's lied to his sister all the time about me. I'm never with him whenever she calls. I gotta be quiet. Even when he's out in public washing our clothes the last time, he's like, she's coming, stay in the car. And then when she does some tricky shit and doesn't go to her bank and park, she goes over to the other side of the complex and parks because she knows he's washing clothes. Because Paul's a rat and a snitch, and he knows. And he's working for her, trying to break us up. And then he's telling me to duck down because she's coming, and and I'm like, dude, I'm not you, but I do it for you. That bitch was literally ducking down, hiding from his sister when she came up to the mission during lunch to come and confront me and ask me if I had a job and that I'm a grown man, I should be able to take care of myself. Bitch, but I'm fucking married. Why are you intervening in my life so much? She's like, are you working? I was like, yeah, I'm working. I'm a fucking prostitute and drug dealer. And he's like, you know she believed that. And I was like, I don't care what she believes, Patrick. I don't care at all. I was text messaging Paul, the guy I was supposed to move in with, and then the day that I'm supposed to move, he's like, oh, Sonia, honey, I'm sorry to tell you, it all fell through. Paul's a traitor. He shared his text messages with Barb, and she shared them with my family. Now my family's disowned me, and then he's like, yeah. Oh, yeah, Barb was there when you were talking to him and texting him. I was like, I knew whenever I was talking to him that Barb was there because it was just the way he was talking to me. That it sounded like he was questioning me and not talking to me. And he made some fucked up statement about he likes little boys. And I'm like, okay, that's not me. That's my daddy. Talking about my dad that was in prison, the house that I was living at, even though I'm still married, he's still my daddy. We still had sex when he got out. And it was good, except for, my neck was hurting. And all that slapping on my face that I like was just, my neck was hurting. Too much playing on the phones and bending my neck down, like when you're sitting and you bend your neck down to look at something, and you spend hours and hours and hours and days like that. Hours and hours every day like that. It's like, it was just fucking hurting. So, but I still had fun. He spit in my mouth. He slapped me around. He called me dirty names, racial slurs, all the good stuff I like. And he still wouldn't fist me. He tried to, but he didn't want to. he wouldn't say certain things that I really wanted him to say. And then when we hooked up with this other guy on Grindr, this nice, sexy big boy, wow. He was calling him that he was saying it to him, and I'm like, what's wrong with this motherfucking white fucking racist, fucking not really racist according to him, dude. But has no problem calling a black person the N-word over and over again. Talking about the warden of the prison, a lady. And I wanted to jerk off, but I didn't. I mean, I did for a second when I woke up with a boner. But then I was like, fuck it. I'll save it. So, I still want to leave. I got some of his investment with me. And I Googled it. It's still saying it's worthless. It's useless. It's not a good investment. And right now, it's totally worthless. So, I don't know what to think. But he says, Google's lying to you. I got an inside person. Alright? And whatever is going to happen is scheduled to happen. So it's going to happen, and it sounds like it's plausible, and it could be. And Google might be leading you on so that you get rid of your investment and sell it so others can try to buy it up and flip it and make that profit from it. But I don't know. He's got his set. And when it gets time for it to get right again, it looks like his $1,000 is going to turn into a couple $100,000. So I got just a little piece of that investment to help me, because I'm leaving. I ain't staying around. And if it really is real, and Google was just lying to you about it, with all of its answers, and all of its news articles, and that's pretty fucked up. Because he says Trump's got invested in this, Bill Gates has invested in it, his sister invested it more than he did, like fucking 3.5 times the amount what he did. And I just don't know. I didn't know nothing about it until he told me about it. I mean, I don't watch the news like that, and there's nothing that concerns me. It's over in the other side of the world and shit. So, I don't know. I'm very confused. And he's never going to stop lying to me, even though he says, I won't lie to you, babe. I'm sorry. I promise. No matter how hard it is. And then he just lies to me. And then I knew he was lying to me when he told me it, but then I was like, are you serious? Are you sure? And I kept questioning him, and he kept on saying, yeah, it's an STD. You can't get rid of it. And I was going to Google it at the time, but I didn't. No, I didn't. And it's okay, because I wasn't really going to, even though the guy was super sexy with his red hair and his nice little belly and nice sized nipples, and his sexy voice, and his sexy background. Oh, man. And I saw his bulge. It's not the biggest, but it's noticeable. So that means he's got something there. And he's shorter than me. Not by much. But my daddy Jim is 6'2". And his fucking dick is only 3 inches. But I don't care. As long as you want to have fun, I don't give a fuck. But he has ED like me. But now I got 100 milligrams of Viagra's. Which I'm going to pop one today because I got 8 left. I got to clean this up before he comes. Hold on. Alright, I can't do it that way. Okay. Okay, someone's leaving a Prius. His boss, Tina, already left. In the red car, red SUV, I don't really know. But she saw me. She pulled into the thing last night after, I guess she was already here. And she must have went somewhere. And I could only speculate because I have no clue. My first speculation was, oh, well, maybe she got some food or something. Maybe she went to the store. But then I was like, maybe she got some coke for Patrick. Maybe she knows the coke dealer. Because you gotta work 12-hour shifts. And if you're tired, you're tired. What better way to not be tired than to get the best thing, the best stimulant? Better than 5-hour energy. Get that wired energy. But I don't know. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to go on with more things that I do know, that have been told to me, that I probably... that could probably be lies, because he's a liar, which really sucks. But... let me accelerate his car one more time. But this is... wait, I gotta start to see the thing, don't I? Well, never mind. Well, I'll still accelerate it because I still gotta charge my tablet. And it's gonna be at 25%. It was just at 20%, but I just switched over to this cable for some reason. It was charging better, this 20-watt charger. So it was worth the $20, 18-something investment. But it's still not an Android audio cable for the car, or an Android auto cable for the car, which really sucks because it says it's the car kit. So I'm like, this should work, Patrick. He looks it up and it says it's not recognized up here for the extra features that you need the cable for. And I'm like, why is there a fucking different cable for the car for it to work? What's up with that? Because you could just use the regular normal cable and hook it up to your computer and it's recognized. Why is the car thing a different fucking thing? That's some fucking bullshit. But it is what it is. So he doesn't have a cable at the moment. He literally keeps wiggling it when he puts it in here. He'll go like this and make sure it's in and then wiggle it. And I'm like, Patrick, that's gonna mess your stuff up. I mean, they don't make this stuff super freaking super good. They make it so it is able to be replaced. And it's not going to be some permanent thing. Recording will stop.